Yes, sir, I do, and it's great to be here at Road Atlanta. Uh, Definitely a different series, that's for sure, or different series season this year with new cars and stuff like that, and new championship things going on here. Y- Yes, sir. Yeah, we're seeing. I looked at the times from I believe it was Tuesday night's practice, and yeah, this I believe this name was on the top of that list in the GT4 class. Also, we're also doing the touring cars, and I believe the guy that's on top of the board right now for those is Colin Weatherholt. Or there you go, you are right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I believe we had both received messages this morning saying the race time has actually been shrunk down again. Last season I believe it was 45 minutes. Now it's down to 35 minutes. So I think we're expecting 20 laps here, but I do if I remember right, the touring cars will actually run out of fuel first. Before the GT4 actually has a chance to come down pit road as well. So, hmm yep, and that's one of the names that is I am not surprised by this at all.
Literally have been sitting here talking to myself, Todd. I've been on mute while you've been talking.
Oh, oh my
I've
goodness.
said some good things too. Um, but anyway,
Yeah,
hello guys. I'm
we're
Adam. This is
yeah.
Todd. Look, I'm tired. I'm running on literally like 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, something like that. So I'm really tired. But anyway, we're set to go for Road Atlanta. Qualifying is set to wrap up. Hopefully, we will get this overlay right for you guys. It's a new overlay, as you guys can tell. We're still working out some kinks with it because it's new to us. Hopefully, the cars will be in a different, you know, outline and stuff is what we're hoping for the classes. So we'll see. Todd, we're set to go. I need you to pick a winner from each class. Who's it going to be?
Well, tonight I'm gonna go with the number 42 of Nikhil Kompker to win the GT4 class, but I am also gonna go with let's go with Weatherholt on the touring car side.
So he takes the Canadian and the American. I'm going to go with, actually, I'm sorry. You took both Americans. I'm actually going to go Ross Booth in the GT4, starting seventh right now. And then I'm going to jump way down. I don't want to say jump way down. I'm going to go Ryan Robertson to pick up the win in the other class. So qualifying is complete, and I don't know why that number's there on that screen, but the qualifying is complete, and we are set to go here in just a couple seconds. You're looking. By the way, Todd, there's a team championship, and if you want to explain that, it might help a little bit of how that's going to work.
So apparently, we're gonna have a champion in just the GT4 class. We're gonna have a champion in the touring car, but then we're also gonna have a champion where a driver from each team will one will run the GT4 class, the other will run the touring cars, and I believe if I remember this right, each set of points, who's ever got the highest number of points we will actually take those points and add them each week. So like, let's say somebody gets 50 and the other gets 40. The 50 points gets added to the team championship, as far as the standings goes, and then we will crown a champion within that in itself. So we'll have 3 different champions in the series this season.
There you go. Pretty cool. And we'll see how all this plays out. Like I said, it's kind of new to us. It's kind of new to them as well. As the race, Todd, is set to grid up. And I was sitting here looking, and it's kind of strange because I am not getting to class like I wanted it to. So it's pretty interesting how that's going to work. So we'll have to kind of do this how the old-fashioned way, just call out the classes when we mention the cars.
Right. I do also want to mention we do have I think it's close to a record amount of people here tonight.
Pretty close, yeah. It's very close. It might not be the exact record. I think our record's 34 that I've seen, but still pretty close. All right, Todd, we are set to roll here in just a minute. And we're going to try to pop up the grid here in this one. Once I figure out how to show you guys this. Once again, kind of new to us here. There you go. There's somewhat of the grid. I don't like how it's not showing me the classes, though. I kind of wish it would show
we'll
that.
Have to play around with it.
Yeah.
It
might be just overlay in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me actually hide this. All right, there you go. You can see how we're lining up here in this one as we get set to go racing here once again.
Yep, field starting to roll here for the GT4 class. And like you had mentioned, there will be a 10-second delay, or basically 10 seconds in between the classes here. And as soon as these guys get going, we'll jump to the touring car field and catch that start.
Once again, guys, we do apologize not being able to show the exact class. That is just trouble on our end. That new overlay, we're trying to figure that out and how that's going to work. So we'll get it figured out, though. We always do somehow. It's just luck, but.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Up the hill, Alex LaRose, Joey Atterbury, sorry. Who gets the team championship, you think?
Oh boy, I don't know. It's got to be one of them PG-13 teams.
A bunch of them.
I think.
I'm honestly going to say it's going to be the satellite racing team. To be honest,
that's another one too.
Or I mean, we could always just say Team Red Sox could get it.
Yeah.
Terry Don Let's Turner, that'd be awesome. All right.
Both of them are definitely coming off of a really good season last
season.
They
are. They really good season. You're not wrong. Yeah, I don't know if there's something up with this file, Todd, or what it is, but I don't know. Might just be where it's the NASCAR ticker when I gotta get the other one.
Could be, yeah.
So, okay, here we go. Getting set to go green as they work down the hill.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking we may actually have to use the road overlay.
I was thinking that too for that. Which I do not have anything done on it right now, so I wasn't thinking about that.
Pace truck working its way through, finds the entry to pit road. As The green flag is out for the GT4 class.
Green flag is out. GT4 is headed towards turn 1 as we get set, Todd, to jump back here in just a second. We'll watch these guys go through turn 1. And it looks like everybody's going to make it pretty good through that. Here comes the other class, Todd, set to get underway.
Yep, David Shutt getting ready to receive the green flag here as they work their way past the entry to pit road.
That's a pretty big gap there, ain't it?
Waiting. And the green flag is out for the touring cars.
Now, this is the first time we've got to see these cars on track, correct?
Yes, sir.
That I've ever broadcasted anyway.
Yep, David Shutt leads the field in that class as we jump back up to the rest.
Yep.
Up to the GT4s.
Want to mention Ross Booth just took away a position, Todd Chase.
Yep.
Moves up to P4 now.
Alex Rose still leading the GT4s.
You know,
Gill running second.
Ross is already up 2 spots, or trying to be up 2 spots, that is. He's side by side right now with James Simmons, a newcomer to us anyway.
Really good battle there. Doesn't look like, don't believe Ross is able to make that pass. I think.
You are
let's
correct.
see here.
It looks like he's not going to be able to.
So only 20 laps here, and I kind of feel like this race could go by really, really fast. You know, faster than what we can expect.
Yeah, you are correct. Looking
But,
around right now, Todd, there's not a whole lot going on right now in this top class, that is. There's not a whole lot going on in the GT4s. We jump back a little bit closer with David Shutt.
Oh, right there. Right there. I believe that was...
Nikhil.
Yep. Had an issue. I think he got a little too close to that sand or whatever it is, or the gravel that's on the side by the rumble strip, and just it snapped on him.
See if we can back this up for you guys and show you. Here's what happened. Yeah, it just went around, didn't it?
Meanwhile, got a battle for the touring car lead between David Shutt and Bill Paul Lucky.
Yeah, Colin Weatherholt there as well in third, putting a lot of pressure. I bet these things are fun to drive. They look fun.
They are fun. I drove one in the Roar for Daytona at the beginning of the iRacing season, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they do look like they are real fun to drive. It's pretty cool.
Still continuing to watch this touring car battle for the lead.
And they don't get very, very fast, if I'm not mistaken, Todd, right?
No, they do not get very fast at all, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Just because they're slower does not mean
the race is going to be awesome. If anything, I think it would make it even better, to be completely honest with you. Mitch Heller dropping down, Todd. Not sure what happened. He is off the track.
Yep,
and he is stuck.
That is nothing. You don't usually see that out of...
That is weird.
Mitch
Right
Heller.
there. Especially, why did the car get stuck? He just lost it. Hard contact with the wall, and that's probably why. He destroyed that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he broke the tire off. That's what happened, Todd. He just lost his tire.
Yep.
All right, back up towards the front.
Yep.
Or in this other class, sorry. In this other
Alex
class.
Rose basically pulling away from this field, and I am not surprised by that at all.
Yeah, LaRose picking up exactly where we kind of thought he would be really good. Somebody's missing in here, Todd. I don't see Paul Gibson, do you?
No, I do not see Paul in here as
There's been
well.
a couple races. Battle for the lead up front in
TCR.
Yeah, TCR. I keep forgetting the name of the class. I keep wanting to call it
All right.
GTD or something. I don't know what I want to call
Yep.
it, but it's definitely not what I thought it was. This is a battle for the lead in that class, by the way. I wish our overall thing would not show that.
I know. Right now, it looks like Ryan Robertson is actually holding on to that lead. as they work their way through, believe, the final corner there.
So while we're doing this, I'm over here trying to figure out the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Trying to figure this thing out.
This is some really good battling up here for this race lead in the touring cars. As you see right there, David Shutt gets a good run, unable to make the pass right now. Let's jump back up to the GT4 class.
A little bit right here, but going on behind Tommy Ryan. Good to see him back in here as well. Justin Kirby, Chris Shieldsmith, Trent Brown, Daniel Rowe, a new name. Pretty close here with each other. Mitch Heller, by the way, has left pit lane. Make sure I mention that.
Trying to get to the touring cars here. Having quite a bit of a... There we go. Having a little bit of an issue.
I'm good.
But, yeah.
Know that feeling.
It's just a little more difficult with this overlay or this timing, live timing and stuff.
Yeah.
When you're not used to it, you know, doing multi-class, you know.
Yeah, I got you completely.
But right now, I believe top four or five here in this touring car field have broken away from everybody else. Ryan Robertson still continuing to lead that race right there.
Kind of looking around here, jumping back up a little bit. Let's jump back to Colin Weatherholt, who's still putting a lot of pressure here on David Shutt and Ryan Robertson, running 1, 2, and 3 right now. David Shutt lost the lead. Les Turner, Todd, up to 4th right now.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, remember, he did a really good job last season as well.
Yep.
If you remember that. I mean, he was really on it.
I believe Zachary Sullivan has just went off the track there just a little bit, had an issue, but he's back going. So far, a lot of action around this racetrack.
Yeah.
Except for the leaders here in the GT4 class, where it's all Alex LaRose right now.
Yeah, all in all, it's pretty good racing all around the racetrack right now for the most part. Todd, I'm not sure what the fuel mileage will be on these cars. Do you?
No, I am not sure what the fuel mileage would be here either. So, I mean, tonight's race is kind of feel it out, see how long they can last type of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. Paul Gibson actually commented, Todd, and said he will be back next week. He is actually on vacation, so guys probably not looking forward to that.
No. I mean, that is one guy you definitely don't want to have join the session, because he's got about a 99.999%
He's got a good chance of winning a few races. He's that good. It's going to be fun to watch him, especially with some of these newer guys in here. It's going to be really interesting to see. Here we go. Daniel Rose, Zachary Sullivan. How about some 3 wide? Never make that 2 wide now.
Oh, wow.
Terry Dahl in the mix. Terry driving a very nice new car here. It's a 68 of Daniel Rowe going out wide, Todd, trying to make this pass. It'll be tough. Terry Dahl looking to follow through. And there you see it. Rowe able to take that spot away from Zachary Sullivan. Nice pass.
That is insane.
And as soon as I say that, here comes Zachary Sullivan back to the inside.
Mm-hmm. You just don't see 3 wide passes
Yeah.
in these cars, let alone on this racetrack.
Yeah,
So
I agree. This is overall for the 7th. Well, I think that the
I believe that's the
9th
9th.
spot. Yeah.
Yep. And actually, I'm starting to see some of these touring cars kind of creep up into the mix here on the board.
Once again, guys, this is multi-class racing, so it's kind of hard for you guys to tell it, just because we're having some issues with our overlay here showing the multi-class. We will get that figured out for you all soon.
Yeah, and we're a little behind on calling out some of the stuff
Yeah.
too, just because we got so used to the single car
Yeah.
seasons that we had. Now we're going back to multi-class, so
Definitely taking some time.
yeah. Bear with us. By the end of next week, we should have it down.
Yeah, we'll have it done pretty good by then. If not, blame Todd.
I was gonna say blame you, but
We'll talk about that.
yeah.
No, I don't know why it's not showing the class. I'll be straight up honest. I really don't know.
Yeah. We'll get it figured out.
Just aggravating.
Well, speaking of aggravating, the one guy that is not aggravated right now is Alex LaRose. He has grown that lead over Atterbury, I'm sorry. Butchered that name. Ross Booth running 3rd. Tommy Ryan 4th. Justin Kirby 5th. In the TCR class.
Ryan Robertson right now leading the way.
Yep. And I believe David Shutt is running right behind him.
Todd, my whole overlay literally just shut off. It's like
Really?
completely wrong size now. Yeah, I don't know why. Hopefully, fix it. I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, your TCR top 5 is Ryan Robertson, David Shutt, Colin Weatherholt, Les Turner, and Brent Kirby.
Right now, Alex LaRose still out front here in this one in the GT4 class. LaRose has a pretty comfortable lead, Todd, about 3 seconds over.
Yeah, that's a really good lead.
Yeah, Joey, I mean, these guys, he's leading really good drivers too. So, I mean, he's done a nice job. You can see it, by the way, Todd. We are getting to that point of the race where lap cars are starting to come into play.
Yep. Main thing for these slower cars is just to give the preferred line to the GT4 class and, kind of just let them go. Because,
yeah.
I mean, if you're Ryan Robertson right now, if you had a GT4 car, literally right on you, you want to move over as quickly as you possibly can. That way you don't lose this lead to David Shutt.
Yeah, I agree. So, as the race continues on here, because we're finally getting overlay back up after we had some issues with it.
I'm still currently watching these top 4 of the touring cars, and everybody's still right there, not really going anywhere. They're still all on top of each other. So, still a lot of good racing. Basically, it's just trying to force the guy ahead of you to make a mistake. And I think that's the only way you're going to be able to make a pass.
Easier said than done with some of these guys in here.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, though, the race has been pretty solid here so far, Todd, in this one.
Yep, we're working our way close to that halfway mark. I would think maybe by 15 more minutes, or 15 minutes, or 10 minutes left, we could see some of the GT4 guys coming down. Probably about halfway through this race, we might see some of these touring car guys come down pit road, I think. That's just my guess.
Yeah,
Don't
I
quote
mean,
me on it,
I can definitely
but-
see it. Yeah, I can definitely see it.
That last lap, David Shutt looked like he had just about had a decent run on Ryan Robertson to try to make a pass, but it basically stalled out. Let's check on the GT4 side of things. With Alex LaRose still continuing to lead. And that lead has grown. It's still growing. Now it's up to 4.5 seconds.
Looking around right now, the racetrack. Trying to see our next close battle. We're sitting here watching Daniel Rowe. Like I said, kind of newcomer to us. Here's Justin Kirby with putting some pressure on Tommy Ryan right in front of him. This is for 4th position.
Pick that battle low.
Once again, guys, we want to apologize for not having the bright classes being shown. Well, they're being shown, but not what we want them to be.
Yeah, for road racing, I don't know if I like this overlay.
Yeah, I'm the same
with
way.
this live timing.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
It's a little more difficult because it seems like some of these position changes are happening a lot faster than.
I would agree. I would tend to agree with that. We may be loading up the other one right now. Hopefully that will take care of that issue, Todd, for us anyway.
Got one under the grass way back there. I don't know who that was. Currently trying to get to.
We got one car on pit road, by the way. Justin Kirby is on pit road, Todd.
That's a little early, I would say.
Oh, there we go. This works. I'll just use this overlay. At least it shows the classes. I can relax a little bit more.
Go.
It's their simple ATVO. It works.
Yep.
All right. So now Alex LaRose is out front by 4.4 seconds. Looking around the racetrack right now. We have lapped up into the TCR class, Todd, all the way up to P5 at the moment.
All right.
And then, that was somebody sounded like they just killed the wall. I'm not sure who that was. So right now, 5 cars on the lead lap in TCR. Of course, it does not matter whatsoever to them. They do not care. But this was one of our problems we had last time we had multi-class racing in this series. A lot of way faster cars was having trouble.
Yep.
Closing in.
Yeah, it seemed like they were closing in at a faster rate than what some of these slower guys would think, and then they just couldn't get over fast enough, and then next thing you know,
that's where issues occurred.
Yep.
Justin Kirby right here, side by side with Zach Kruger. I believe is how you say his Kruger, maybe. I believe is how you say his name for 14. Of course, Justin has been on and off pit road, so that is working through that again. Here's David Berry. That's a nice looking car. He is currently 6th place at the moment. Battle up front for the lead, Todd. David Shutt making a run here on Ryan Robertson. Les Turner has closed in his gap, by the way. Les is literally right there.
Yep, and like I said, they. Sorry, I'm
No,
trying to get to that battle there. Yeah, Les is doing a really good job here. Yeah.
Here we go. Pit stops coming in. Ryan Robertson seen enough of David Shutt trying to pass him.
Yep.
And he is
That's
on
going
pit
to hand the
road.
lead. Yep, that'll hand the lead over to David Shutt, like you had said. Les Turner will stay out as well. Alex LaRose still staying out as well. Don't think these guys will have to pit here for the next couple of laps.
My overlay is literally taking a crap on me right now. It's a good one, too.
Fine.
There we go. I think we're good. So David Shutt is on pit road now, Todd.
All right. That'll hand that lead over to Les Turner.
All right, let's jump back up here to our other class as well.
LaRose still continuing to lead the GT4 class. And he's still continuing to lap the touring cars.
That's going around Les Turner right there. That is pretty much your top leader at the moment. Watch for Les to come down pit road. Actually, David Shutt is still your leader at the moment, Todd. Thought he was on pit road. Maybe not.
And here comes LaRose down pit road.
All right. So your first of the GT4 cars are on pit road. You know, GT4's cars are awesome, don't get me wrong. I cannot drive them for nothing. I struggle with them really bad.
The main thing with me is keeping it, having traction.
Yeah,
It's almost like too much power.
My biggest thing is like the shifting in it to me is weird. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Les Turner down and away, by the way. So he will be very interested to see where he comes back out at here.
As Alex LaRose now down and away as well.
LaRose getting caught up right there a little bit behind Les. Of course, that's part of the chance you take in this one.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still got a decent.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually
caught up
dropped down to fifth.
Yeah, he's caught up a little bit right now. Of course, Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan, Trent Brown, and Reed Riddle have not pitted, so you are right. Like, he does have that cushion, I guess you could say. But he is being very patient because he knows he has that cushion. And Les going to give that to him without causing a deal between both of them, which is a good thing. As far as the TCR, here comes David Shutt down pit road in that number 10 car. Oh, gosh, I thought he just wrecked.
That would be bad.
Yeah. 11 minutes and 50 seconds remain here in this race, by the way. So it's going to be interesting. David Berry's going to take the lead. We know that. No, Berry on pit road. Brent Kirby going to take over the lead. He has not been on pit road. And there you see Kirby taking it right there. And then next one will be Kevin Kyle, who looks to head to pit road this time. Ryan Robertson going to possibly see if he takes the lead here. It's going to be close. And he does.
Our top 5 in the GT4 class has now come down pit road. As you see now, Alex LaRose will go back to the race lead.
Yeah, and honestly, Todd, that lead is not very big. I thought it would be a lot more than that. It was not. And I do want to mention that Ross Booth has actually taken less fuel than Alex LaRose. He took, I'll call it 2 seconds less fuel, less time in the box.
Now here, we say this week in and week out after pit stops. Dude, did they take enough and will they make it the rest of the way? Because there is a 4-point penalty if you do not make it after the start or after the checkered flag.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. We'll see.
I do believe Ryan Robertson is still leading the touring cars field.
Yeah, Ryan Robertson is leading that, by the way, by 2.3 seconds now. So he's got a pretty solid lead over David Shutt, Colin Weatherholt, and Les Turner. Our closest battle in that is between James Prostell Jr. and Bill Paul Lucky right here for the 8th position. James Prostel in that 8th spot right now. As far as the GT4, Chris Shieldsmith and Nikhil Kopker. Remember, Nikhil had that issue early in the race, and he has kind of battled back here, Todd, now showing in P7.
And I mean, if I'm him, battling from that little issue there, that's a win in my book.
Which is where he started at, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
I believe so.
No, I lied, Todd. I lied. That is not where he started. He started way up higher now. I thought he literally did start there. He actually started in 4th.
4th, yeah.
Yeah.
Two-second lead here for Alex LaRose in the overall race lead. LaRose has nobody basically around him for the moment. So lap cars are not going to be an issue, or slower. The touring cars are not going to be an issue. Let's jump back. I do believe Ryan Robertson still leading David Shutt and Colin Weatherholt there for the touring cars.
Weatherholt putting some pressure here on David Shutt, Todd, now for second.
Yeah. David Shutt still trying to hold off Colin Weatherholt here. And like I mentioned earlier, it's almost like you gotta force the guy ahead of you to make a mistake. Otherwise, I mean, unless you really, really drive it into the corner, you are not gonna make a pass.
I agree. So looking around right now, as we go look at Alex LaRose, he is 2.5 seconds ahead right now in this one.
And you see right there, Ryan Robertson still continuing to lead the touring cars, but that gap has shrunk just a little bit to David Shutt. Overall, this is a really good race, I think.
I do like the idea with these multi-class cars, Todd, in this one more than I did the last time we did the multi-class, because they're a little bit more competitive, I think. They're not as far off the pace as the other ones, so you don't really lap them as much. And maybe only encounter them maybe once a race. So I do want to mention that. But I'm not going to lie, I'm very impressed with these TCR cars. As we got a great battle for the lead, Todd, right now. I mean, it is really heating up.
Here we go. David Shutt going to try to go for the lead here in the TCR class. He's got the run right now, and he's got the preferred line. Look at that. David Shutt clears Ryan Robertson for the race lead in the TCR class. Main thing is, can he hold him off now?
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. We've seen how tough passing can be here. You see him get some of the grass there. You got to keep in mind that you don't want to hit that too much. Oh, here comes
here we go. Robertson going to lose a little here to
Weatherholt.
Yeah,
Weatherholt takes that spot away, moves him into second. And with that allowed David Shutt to kind of get a little bit of a breathing room here, Todd. Got a second lead now. That was really close a moment ago. That little exchange cost him about a second.
Yeah, and I'm starting to wonder if Robertson kind of pushed a little too far. Pushed his tires a little too far and just wore him out. Because, I mean, normally in these races you will not take tires. So you're on the same tires you qualified on, for this race, and just goes to show you there how much of a little bit of a mistake can, cost you the race lead, and then another mistake can cost you second place in the class. We're working on about 5 more minutes left in this race, which to me, I believe, should only be like 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah. So looking right now, from what I'm actually seeing, Todd, I'm seeing 4 laps possibly, but of course that's really estimated, so I don't think it's going to be quite that many. I'm thinking it might be 2. We got 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this race. We'll have to wait and see. But everything in the GT4 class is somewhat spaced out. The closest being Tommy Ryan and Justin Kirby.
Yeah, Justin Kirby currently up 4 positions. Tommy Ryan up 2 positions. Trent Brown up 5 positions. I do believe our biggest mover out of the whole overall race, I believe, is a tie between Les Turner and David Barry at up 6 positions. As you see, David Shutt letting some of these GT4 cars get around him.
Yeah, smart. The only issue he's going to have is when they try to go around him, will it cost him time, especially, something happens in front of him or he has to go wide into a turn like this right here. You see it right there. He does kind of brake, but it does cost him a little bit of time. It actually cost him about almost 2/10 doing that.
Here comes Colin Weatherholt with a decent run right now. It's not enough to try to make a pass on him, but he definitely closed in.
Okay, I'll be honest. I think the guy to really watch, who I'm super impressed with, is Les Turner. Like, he is holding forth like that. That's very impressive with the amount of talent that's in here.
Yeah, I wonder if it's with these touring cars, they may be a little bit more power than the USF 2000s that we had last season.
Yeah.
But they're not like astronomically fast.
Right.
Compared to them. So we seen last season where those USF 2000s kind of played into Les's wheelhouse. And I guess, you could say the same thing with these cars as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that. I mean, like I said, this has been one of them races, Todd, where we don't really know what the future is going to hold. Do we even have a schedule yet for the other races? The white flag is out, by the way. We do have it?
White flag is out. I believe so.
Because I have not seen it. We'll have to check on that, but all right, back up to Alex LaRose real quick. Watching him, he's comfortable with the 2-second lead over Ross Booth. Doing a very nice job in this one. LaRose has been untouchable this race. Battle for the lead, yep.
I was just going to let you handle the GT4s as I was going to talk about this battle for the lead between David Shutt and Colin Weatherholt for the TCR class. Don't know if Weatherholt's going to have enough here to make a pass on David Shutt.
He's got a little bit more track left to do so, Todd, so he will have a chance. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. Meanwhile, up front, Alex LaRose looking for the checkered flag. He will win in the GT4. Dominating performance from Mr. Alex LaRose. Second going to go to Ross Booth in that. Third is going to go to Joey Atterbury. Good job for Joey. Now, back to the good, exciting part of the race so far. Is TCR putting on a heck of a race.
Yep. Coming through to the finish here.
He's going to have a chance.
He's still holding off Colin Weatherholt right now. But out of the final turn,
there it is.
Will be David Shutt picking up the win. Colin Weatherholt will finish second. I believe Ryan Robertson will finish third.
Good race there. Let's move over to our channel over there. I forgot to move over in the beginning. So,
okay.
Your race winner here in the GT4 will be this man and Alex LaRose. Once again, guys, sorry about our little overlay mishap a lot tonight. Good race all in all, though.
Opening season race bugs. It happens.
All right, so we will get ready to do this one. Let's see. Wait for some interviews to come in. Congratulations to Alex LaRose and David Shutt. It's the first time David Shutt. Well, it's the first time he's won, but it's the first time in a minute
it's been
he's
a
won.
While.
Yeah, so it's good to see him pick up a win. Good race there between him and Colin Weatherholt and Ryan. Even Les was in that for a long time as well. So we got to give credit where it's due, and that's where the credit's going to lie here tonight between that group anyway. As the field comes to a halt here, and we will talk to our podium winners from each class, that is, Alex LaRose and David Shutt. We will speak to here momentarily. We'll just wait until all the drivers get into their styles and stuff and all that. As you see David Shutt pulling in down pit lane, pulling into his style with one happy team, I'm sure. But we will wait here just a moment and talk to him and talk to the other winner of Alex here in just a second. Todd, I don't know where we go next.
Yeah, not entirely sure.
I was trying to find it, but I don't know where it would be. Anyway, let's hear do some interviews here in just a minute, but we'll let everybody know once we figure that out.
Yeah, at least by Sunday night when we're back on the air.
Yeah, we will know. All right, so here we go. Alex LaRose picked up a big victory here in night number 1 of the Red Sox Racing Series. Alex, you got a copy?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, man. Big race here tonight, and honestly, it was pretty impressive with the way you went out there and performed. So talk us through that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an uneventful race from maybe, I don't know if the broadcast looked uneventful, but I was constantly looking at the relative and seeing Ross behind me toward the end, and at first I wasn't worried about it because I thought maybe he was like off the pit schedule, but he stayed there. He was clawing his way back, running like qualifying laps, so it made me a little bit scared. But yeah, it was just a matter of turning the best safe laps as I could and navigating traffic.
So here's what's pretty interesting to me is you come in here from the season last year in the open wheel car. Pretty big difference coming in to drive the GT4.
Yeah, I mean, you're going from an open wheel car that's right on the ground with, it's not a ton of aero, but it's some, to these GT4 cars, which essentially just feel like they have no grip in comparison. So yeah, it's a little bit of adjustment, but it's not too bad. I really like these GT4 cars, and I really like the addition of the Aston and the McLaren. And it's a really good class.
Yeah, man. So any shout outs you want to give out here? Big win here tonight, which was pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, as always, shout out to the PG-13 guys. They're just super awesome, helping everyone practice. And shout out to my girlfriend, Lauren, who's, I think, watching the broadcast. Thanks for watching, Lauren.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, man. All right, next up, we got David Shutt coming in here. It's been a while since we've seen him. By the way, his teammate, Nikhil Kopker, the GT4, managed to battle back pretty good, so going for that team championship. But, David, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, pretty good race. It was fun to watch that TCR car go around the track. That was a lot of excitement going on, especially between four of you guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Kind of the first half of the race, we were just saving fuel behind Ryan there, and then as we got closer to the pit stop, I started pushing, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to end up with the pit stop. You know, Colin and I both overfueled by quite a bit, so but it still came down to us two, which was cool.
For
Yeah, it was a fun race.
For sure on that one, man. And the biggest thing coming into this one, we don't even know what track is next. So I was going to ask you what do you think about next week, but we don't really know. And I'm going to ask you the same question I talked to Alex about. What is your thoughts going from the open wheel car down to this? Do you like it going back to with fenders on it, or do you prefer more open wheel style cars?
Yeah, I didn't do a ton of the USF 2000,
Right.
but yeah, I like having fenders. At least in iRacing.
I agree.
They're fun, and I personally really love these TCR cars. They're probably one of my favorite cars in the sim. So,
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to race with quality drivers.
Yeah, they looked really fun. That's what I was telling Todd. It's the first time I've actually got to see them race, and it looked really fun. Man, shout outs and all that you want to give out?
Yeah, of course. All my PG-13 teammates. We had a good run today, and looking forward to next week.
For sure. Hey, good job, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Since we got Ross in here, we'll go ahead and talk to him as well. Ross Booth's finishing in P2 here tonight. Ross, you got a copy?
I gotcha.
Man, interesting for you. Considering you didn't have the best qualified, but finishing P2, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess I didn't get the memo about the BMW because I was the only one in it tonight. The McLarens were awfully fast down the straightaway, but made up for it in the pits. Absolutely creamed everybody in the pits tonight, and I was able to jump Joey in the pits and get pretty close to Alex. Just so fast. He had an awesome race pace tonight.
Talk about racing this track in this car. It looks like you basically do have to hit your marks. We've seen a lot of guys actually lose it entering the corner quite a few times.
Yeah, it's a lot different, like from driving like a GT3 car or even the open wheel car. It's a total different mindset. You really got to be easy on the brake, really trail brake it in. I was learning throughout the whole race on what the BMW liked, messing around with the brake bias, but it's a lot different and challenging, but it's a lot of fun.
For sure. Hey man, shout outs on that you want to give out?
Shout outs to Satellite Racing Team, Ryan Robertson and I are teammates this season, so we'll be looking to put that in to snatch the championship. So
yeah, I believe you all
looking forward to that.
I believe you all got the highest finish of the team championship so far tonight.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Take it.
That's a win. Hey, good job, dude.
Thank you. See ya.
Yes, sir. Todd, thoughts on the race?
Well, it was a pretty good first race of the season. A lot of good battle in between the TCR cars, but overall, still, even though the GT4 cars were kind of really spaced out, it was still a really good race.
All right, so my thoughts on it. I thought the TCR cars was fantastic to me. That was the best race of the night. Congratulations to Alex, though, and the GT4. That was pretty impressive. If that's how he's going to race this season, everybody better watch out because he will have a chance to win a championship. So, all right, that's going to do it for us, though, guys. We will see y'all Sunday night. Hope y'all have a great night. Take care as always, and God bless.